Hi, this is Kelly Halstead with the Greater Fort Dodge Growth Alliance. We had some technical difficulties yesterday, so we're having to take two for the introduction to United SkyWest service to Chicago out of the Fort Dodge Regional Airport. Today we have Rhonda Chambers, the director of our regional airport. I'm going to turn it over to her and let her start the show. Thanks, Rhonda.
Well, thanks everybody for joining, and thank you to Kelly and Gary for finding time to review this, because it's really important, Gary, the information you have to share with the members. I am just thrilled at what's been happening the last few days and the excitement in the community. The airport staff and everyone here has been wonderful to work with. SkyWest has been great. And we continue to look forward to more and more people booking tickets. And I think Gary's team can provide a really good introduction of everything that United and SkyWest together have to offer this community and our region. So with that, Gary, I'm going to go ahead and let you let the members know what's going on.
Well, thank you so much, and sorry for the technical difficulties. Good afternoon. Thanks for spending part of your Friday afternoon with us. I'm Gary Foss. I'm the managing partner of the Darkstar Group. We work very closely with United Airlines and SkyWest to open new stations and ensure that the companies and individuals in those communities are aware of everything that they have to offer. Congratulations on the new service. It's kind of the modern day equivalent of a town being along the railroad. And the best thing is everything we talk about today is free. So there's no charge for anything that we're going to discuss. Kelly, if you could turn the slide. So are you on United View of Fort Dodge? Kelly, I can't see your screen anymore. So this is United Airlines had actually sent this over, and they wanted me to read it to you. There are a few things that fuel economic development more than quality air service. The United jet service operated by SkyWest to Chicago will increase trade activity to and from Fort Dodge and the surrounding region by enabling faster and easier movement of passengers to more locations. Quality air service helps with business recruitment, business retention, and quality of life, and it's crucial to the success of the largest employers. So that is absolutely the case. Next slide. This is just very briefly, who is Darkstar? We are a air service development company. We do lots of different things to include sales and marketing. I had a long career, as did Sherry Kirkpatrick, who was also on the phone. I had kind of a chief commercial officer position there at American, and sales and marketing is something that our group did. So we owned American Eagle, and we really honed what works and what doesn't work in the communities. We'll turn the slide to Sherry here. Next slide. And Sherry, are you on the line? Can you hear me? So this is Sherry Kirkpatrick. Sherry's going to be working in Fort Dodge, contacting many of you on the phone, and just for kind of a one-on-one session, ideally. She has 33 years in the industry. She's right there in the middle of the screen. The contact information for Sherry will be at the end. Next slide. So what will be different at the Fort Dodge Airport? It's virtually everything. 50-seat jets, first off. The United livery on aircraft and at the counters and the gates. So this is it'll say United Airlines on the side of the plane. It does say United Airlines. United will be selling online service to and from Fort Dodge. So what this means is United is going to be selling Fort Dodge, Iowa in Asia. They're going to be selling it in Europe. They're going to be selling it in South America through their reservation offices. And what it also means is that you can plan, they can plan much better the whole itinerary for your traveler. You don't have two different airlines there. So if there was a late flight, let's say out of Fort Dodge into Chicago, they know it, you know, and they could make a decision to hold the flight, whatever the connecting flights are. United Clean Plus is a program that United Airlines entered into with Clorox, a company in the Cleveland Clinic for COVID-19 cleaning. And so there's a lot of special things that they do in that regard. And SkyWest Airlines, the operator into Fort Dodge, has to follow the cleaning protocols. United will set the fares. And so your fares are going to go down. So not only do you have the jet service, but at a lower cost. And so no longer do you have two carriers that are individually setting fares. United will want to compete against Delta at Minneapolis, of course. They're going to want to be very aggressive there. And so you're going to find that there's really very little reason to drive to Minneapolis or to Des Moines anymore. The United Mileage Plus miles will be credited on the first segment. So you'll get your travelers will get their mileage right out of Fort Dodge. That is new, of course, to Fort Dodge. Plus, there's a lot of different business loyalty programs and programs for individuals that I'm going to be talking about here in just a moment. The next slide. It looks like you're there. You're going to be gated at the United Terminal in Chicago. So there's not going to be any weather on the ramp. Much better connections versus having to walk across the ramp. That also will help with the baggage connections pulling up to the United gate. One of the bigger ones is that you can check a bag, a traveler can check a bag in Fort Dodge and pick it up at their final destination without ever having to pick it up in between. So no more going out of the sterile area to pick up a bag at the baggage claim in Chicago and carrying it up to the ticket counter and then having to clear TSA again. That's an hour-and-a-half process. The United app, we're going to talk about that here in just a moment. That's new. You'll see what that does, and it's free. Everyone should try to get their travelers to download it. SkyWest has to follow United standards for on-time performance, completion factor, in-flight, and baggage connections. And of course, no more overnight parking or hotels in Minneapolis, Des Moines, no more speeding tickets, and everything that comes with that. Next slide. So this is the United app. As you can see here, it's the travel toolkit. On the far left side, you see where you can search and book flights. I don't see that on the screen. Is the screen, can you see that? Okay, the far left, there it is, right there. Yeah, so you can search and book flights to include free tickets, the award travel. The next one over, you can select seats, you can change or cancel flights. So you can do anything on your phone. The third one right here, that's your boarding pass, would be over on the right-hand side there, Kelly. I'm not sure if they can see it. There you go. That's the boarding pass right there, that little QR code you can see. So you just hold your phone up to TSA and you walk through. And then the last one right here, the United videos, as long as the plane has Wi-Fi on it, that most of the United planes do, you can watch free movies, free shows, or all manner of different entertainment right there on your phone or your iPad, whatever that happens to be. So the United app is something that you're definitely going to want to have your folks try to download. Next one. This right here is just a little close-up on the flight status. And so one thing that you can use the app for, if you're picking up any of your workers or picking up somebody from the airport, there check with the United app and see whether it's operating on time or not. You can see the baggage claim, that's coming into the gate number. They can see that the traveler can see all of the information as they're approaching Chicago. Next slide. What will be different? United Airlines, you are part of Fort Dodge. The city is one of the cities that are part of a very large global network. You can see 320 destinations in 48 countries that United operates into. So just some interesting statistics in terms of the size. Pre-pandemic, 88,000 employees, 163 million customers, 1.8 million flights. You can see about 5,000 flights daily on 1,400 aircraft. Can you still hear me? Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
excellent. Thank you. You have 45 different United Club locations. You now have access to the United Club there in Chicago, and it's part of the Star Alliance as well. So that will give you 26 different airlines. When I talk about some of the discounts and loyalty programs, they're valid on many of the other airlines as well, not just United. Next slide. So in the U.S., United Airlines has 7 domestic hubs in all of the largest cities. Of course, we're connecting over Chicago, but you can see New York that they fly to, Washington, Dulles, Houston, Denver in the center of the country, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. And it's part, next slide. It's part of a much larger global network, as you can see, service to Africa, online, service to Europe, service to Asia, service to Australia. So you can pretty much go anywhere in the world, and again, check your bag right there in Fort Dodge and not have to worry about it till you get off the plane and wherever that happens to be, Australia, let's say. Next slide. What will be different? SkyWest Airlines is your new operator. I brought SkyWest into the American Airline program back in 2009, and amongst the 12 airlines that we work with, by far they were the cream of the crop. So you've got the very best in the industry: on-time performance, happy employees, the largest regional airline. You can see 450 aircraft, 228 different destinations. SkyWest, I like to say, it's the biggest airline that you've never heard of. They do not operate as SkyWest Airlines anywhere. They don't fly under their own company name. They only fly as United or Delta or American or Alaska Airlines. And they themselves carry 21 million passengers, as you can see. Publicly traded, it's a great stock, excellent operating performance. And if you look above the picture on the right-hand side, Kelly, they were named one of Fortune magazine's most admired companies in 2019, just before the pandemic. That's actually their headquarters is in St. George, Utah. That picture is one of their planes landing in St. George. It's quite a beautiful place here. Next slide. This is your new plane. It is a 50-seater. This is an actual SkyWest CRJ 200. So you can see how well they keep it, how clean they keep it. Some of the best on-time performance in the industry. Big overhead bins. And next slide. And here you see the seat map of the two class of the 50-seater. Note in the back you have a lavatory and you have a galley. These are all good things. And of course, it's if they're connecting, they could be connecting onto another one of these flights at a much longer stage length. Next slide. And so this is where your folks will land and park in the Terminal 2 there at Chicago. So thank you, Kelly. So that's Terminal 2. You'll be pulling up to one of the E gates more often. Nothing is assigned. It changes on a daily basis based upon, what flights are coming in the soonest. So they'll assign the gates at the beginning of the morning. Every morning, every airline goes out and assigns the various gates. And you can see what United operates, even here in the pandemic, up there at the top. Pre-pandemic, this was over 600 flights. And so they'll get back to that point here. Things are starting to look up. It looks like it's the beginning of the end of the pandemic but they have 209 destinations that you can connect to directly on your service, 168 domestic and 41 international. So you got a great product there. Next slide, Kelly.
Yeah, I think just to for people who are on the call today, if you flew Air Choice 1, typically it would go in and out of this F side, so it's not really far from where the previous operator was coming in and out of Fort Dodge. Just as an FYI of reference.
Right. The difference being that they'll pull up to a gate, so no walking outside here. United, this is, I mentioned to you that they have developed special protocols. Of course, people are very concerned in the current environment. They call it Clean Plus. Go to the next slide, please, Kelly. And so, I'm sorry, go back one. There you go. What they've done, United has teamed up with Clorox to redefine the cleaning procedures, and they do have also Clorox products across all of the airports and in all 48 countries that they operate. Then they work with the Cleveland Clinic, which is a large, well-respected hospital chain, and works with the Cleveland Clinic, who's working with the CDC on the latest guidance. So they take this very seriously. They audit SkyWest to make sure that they're using hydrostatic sprayers and other things. And then next slide, Kelly. And this, you just see by the numbers. This was as of last week. United actually updates this. You can see 8.8 million square feet of surfaces disinfected, 2,700 touchless kiosks. Those are that you would check into. Everything has gone touchless. 5,500 sneeze guards and 31,000 roughly floor dots that they have put down. So they want to try to do what they can to assure the traveling public that they're doing everything in their power to keep them healthy. United Mileage Plus. Next slide, please. This is something that is free. First off, it's the United Frequent Flyer Program. You can, at the bottom of the slide, just go to united.com/mileage plus and sign up for the program. Again, it's free. And this will allow you to start earning miles directly out of Fort Dodge. It's good not just for airlines, but cruises and hotels and other things as well. Many of the travelers are probably already in a program. Next slide. If you have any travelers that are working, co-workers, or anyone that you know, frankly, family or neighbors that travel a lot, but can't use the local hometown airport because they happen to be in the Delta Frequent Flyer Program, flying out of Minneapolis, or they happen to be in, the American program, and they have status. What that means is that they're an executive platinum or they're a gold in that program. United Airlines will match the status. And in fact, all that you have to do is give the contact. Well, we'll have Sherry's contact information of mine on the last slide, and just reach out to us and give us the name of the person and their contact information or how to reach them. And we can work with them directly. Again, there's no charge for this. Matching the status means that they're going to get all the benefits of upgrades, early check-in before, or the early boarding of the flight before others get on. They'll get a special number that they can call if there's any problems. So they're going to get complimentary larger space, the Economy Plus, the first rows. They're in SkyWest, and also the bigger seats, the larger pitch of seats on the United plane as well. Mileage bonuses, free bags, where a bag might cost $50 with the third one to check in. With status, they get that waived. So this is a great thing. And again, anyone that has status in another program, that we don't want them to be disenfranchised by using the Fort Dodge Airport, of course. And so just let us know, and we'll work to get them upgraded in the United program. United for Business, United Clubs. You now have access to the club in Chicago. This is a picture of the club in Chicago. And of course, so they've got complimentary beverages and complimentary bar service and wireless internet. It's just a nice place to get out of the crowds. Next slide. Perks Plus for many smaller companies that are there in Fort Dodge. There's an opportunity to sign up for a program by the name of Perks Plus. Again, just send an email to us, but here's how it works. While the traveler gets their miles, the company that they work for get the equivalent of miles. The company gets points that they can use for the same things there on the right. You can see free travel. They can redeem it on free travel. So if they get one free ticket for every 10, you know, that is effectively a discount. Club memberships, they can actually, club passes, they can actually take their points and give it to an employee. So there's a little website at the bottom, united.com, Perks Plus, or just send us an email. With Perks Plus, next slide. With Perks Plus, it's good on not just United Airlines, but the company will get the points on all of these airlines who are United's partners as well. And then next slide. United offers a upfront corporate discount for what they call medium-sized companies. A company that is spending $150,000 a year, or can spend $150,000 a year, which sounds like a big number, but for many companies, you know, this is probably 10 tickets a month, is 150 a year, 150,000 a year. They can qualify for upfront discounts. They go all the way to 19%, as you can see there. And so we're going to be calling on Iowa State University. They don't have a program with United, and we'll make sure that we put them on that program. Also, aside from the corporate discount, anyone that works for that company can get a 10% discount on United, and they can take up to 7 friends or family members with them, and all of the friends and family members get a 10% discount as well. So it's good for the corporation, and it's good for anyone that works for a company that has that is on United's discount program. Next slide. And so if you're on one of these programs, aside from the corporate discount, you get waived change fees and other penalties that end up getting waived, and status upgrades come with it. Usually the company that's on this can choose like 10 people, you know, to be gold or to be platinum, so they automatically get that. Next slide, Kelly. And this right here just shows that you can, any company that has this kind of program is on a discount with United Airlines, has the ability to track all of their travelers' travel and tabulate, you know, what kind of points that they have. And then next slide here. So meetings and groups we'll talk about. Just remember that there are discounts available for 10 people that may be coming into Fort Dodge. Could be coming in on different flights from different cities. And there's on United.com, there's United.com meetings. So anyone that has meetings out there, maybe send us an email and we can talk a little further in terms of walk you through it. Trade shows, you know, any of that. Next slide. Next slide is groups. Likewise, there are group discounts for 10 people. And so it's a special negotiated rate. We can help you the first time, but it's United.com groups to get started. So this can be weddings, family vacations, a large family, you know, incentive trips, any, as long as there's 10 people flying on the same planes, they can qualify for a discount. And next slide. And then there's discount programs, special discount programs that United offers for academia. And so Iowa State, again, is in scope. They've been using Des Moines quite a bit. We're going to see if we can shift some of those folks over, but they get upfront discounts. It's a lot of flexibility, you know, where they can get, don't have to pay rebooking charges and that kind of thing. So we'll be talking to Iowa State about that. Next slide. Next slide is sports. So the bottom line here is that as few as 6 people that are part of any kind of sports team, that could be the golf team, they're at the local high school, or the basketball team, or the wrestling team, that might be going to a tournament, you know, for example. So as few as 6 people qualify for a discount on United, and they provide flexibility in the dates. So they can actually fly on any range of dates, where, let's say that the team is a basketball team and they keep winning in the tournaments, they don't have to pay any kind of change fee. So it really works well. Next slide. We'll kind of wrap it up here. We're getting close to a half an hour. We are doing a media campaign. Rhonda, we're going to launch this Monday at 12 noon. The media campaign is going to involve Facebook, Instagram. It's going to involve digital. So we're going to have digital ads. It's going to Google search and connected TV. So if anyone is on Vudu or Hulu, we're going to be sending out, they're going to receive ads for the Fort Dodge service. So this is one of our colleagues. He won an Emmy Award here in 2018, nominated for 4 of them. So the quality of the production is very good. Next slide. We'll just show here on the next slide that where we're going to be advertising. So what we're going to do, 73 different zip codes is where we're going to be advertising. And we have the ability to be very targeted. They call it geo-targeting. And so we're going to make sure that we advertise particularly to folks that have been used in the Minneapolis and the Des Moines airports, just to make sure that they are aware. And next slide, we just have Iowa State zip codes also. So within 30 minutes of the Ames campus, we're going to be advertising to folks there. And we'll go ahead and wrap it up here at this point. After the next slide, we'll just show you some examples, Kelly, if you want to flip through some of the examples of some of the media that we have here in the time that we have left available. So here you see a Facebook ad. We have 2 different types of ads. We have ads that are covering the safety of flight and what United Airlines is doing in that regard. And so they're titled "When You're Ready to Travel." All of them call out the fact that there's new jet service from Fort Dodge. Fort Dodge is mentioned on every one of these ads to Chicago O'Hare. And then we have visiting family and friends ads. That's what you see here on the screen, I believe, is probably a wedding picture. So it's going to be a very, we're going to do it for 5 weeks, and we will have 400,000 impressions is what we have guaranteed to generate. So it's directly, all of the media is directly linked to united.com. So everything has a book now button. Here you see an image of Chicago, for example. So no individual will ever receive the same ad twice. So we keep it very, very fresh. And again, we do have connected TV as well. So with that, I'll close out. That's our 30 minutes. And again, sorry for any of the technical challenges that we may have. And we'd be happy to send out the products if anyone is interested. Just send an email. Let's go to the very last slide, if you could fast forward, and we have the contact information for myself and Kelly, and it is on let's see, page 67. You want to go to page, yeah, there it is right there. So I don't know if you can see it centered on the screen there, but Sherry is the Director of Sales and Marketing. So you can send it to Sherry Kirkpatrick at arkstargroup.com. Just send us your email. We'll send you the package here, or send it to me, Gary Foss, here in the bottom. And again, thank you so much for your time and attention, and love to have an opportunity to speak to you here over the next few weeks. You finally have the air service that you need and deserve, and now it's just a matter of letting the traffic build. So get the word out. Use Fly Ford Dodge.
Yep, that's it, Gary.
Yeah, Gary, thanks for all the information that you provided today. We really appreciate it. If I saw that there were a couple questions in the chat, I know Rhonda answered one of them, and I'm not sure who Jim is, but we have recorded this, and Rhonda will have it out, as well as we'll put it on our Facebook again and social media for the public to see as well.
Beautiful. That's fantastic. That sounds good. And Jim, if you had any other questions, or anyone on the phone that has any questions, just feel free to send an email or give us a call on that. You have our contact information right there on the left.
And I will have it here at the airports for anyone. If you cannot locate Gary or Sherry's, phone number or email, just feel free to call us out here, and we would be happy to put you in touch with them.
Yeah, no, fantastic, fantastic. Well, thank you once again, folks. Everyone have a great weekend, and again, we hope you get plenty of opportunity to get out of town and fly.
Right, because a mile of runway will take you anywhere. And don't forget it. Now it's true.
That's right. That's right. Thank you. Thank you once again.
Thanks, everyone.
Have a good weekend.